Hey there guys, what's up? It's Autobot Mike 18 here with another movie review. Guys, in this video I am going to be reviewing one of my top 5 most highly anticipated films of 2015. I'm not kidding you. As soon as I heard this movie was coming out, I'm like, yes! Pixar! They're back! Anyway, with that said guys, I'm pretty sure you can tell what I'm going to be reviewing in this video. I just watched the newest Disney Pixar film and I have a review for it, and the movie is Inside Out. That's right guys, Pixar is back. We took a break last year, 2014. We did not get a Pixar movie last year. The last Pixar movie we got was Monsters University all the way back in 2013. It's very hard to go a year without Pixar movies, okay? But Pixar's making it up this year because we're getting a second film coming out in November called The Good Dinosaur, so we'll wait and see how good that is. But Inside Out, guys, was on my top 5 most anticipated films of the year, not only because it's Pixar, but once I watched the trailer, I said to myself, damn, now this looks good. Okay, now this looks original. It looks like Pixar is they're still trying to show that they are the greatest film animation studio working ever. Okay, that's ever worked. Okay, in my opinion, I think some Pixar films that have come out are better than some Disney classic films that many of you probably love more than the Pixar films. I don't care. I love Pixar. I grew up with them. I'll get more into how much I love this studio a little bit later on. But you know, Inside Out was in my top 5 because I saw the trailer and it said, "Wow, it looked good." And Good Dinosaur trailer hadn't even come out yet, so we'll wait and see how that is. But now we have Inside Out. And before I get into a couple little things where I want to talk about Pixar and why people have been feeling the movies have gone downhill in quality, I want to briefly sum up the synopsis of Inside Out. Basically, guys, this entire movie, for the most part, is set within the head of an 11-year-old girl. And our main characters are emotions. We've had talking fish. We've had talking cars. We've had a talking rat. Now we have emotions that talk and do awesome things inside people's heads. It's Pixar. Anything can happen, guys. But anyway, our 5 main emotions that are within the head of our main female human character, Riley. The 5 emotions are joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger. They are responsible for causing Riley to react to certain events that occur before her. They're also responsible for creating Riley's memories. You know, they create these memories in these little like ore balls, and they're different colors. You know, like the yellow ones represent joys, you know, memories that are joyous or happy moments in Riley's life. And the red ones represent anger or very, you know, bad moments or bad memories that Riley had. And there are about I think there's 5 core memories that basically define Riley as a person. They represent her personality. I'm not going to get into the 5 core memories, but at some point in the film, joy and sadness get lost within the deep recess of Riley's mind along with her 5 core memories. So they get sucked up through this memory tube out of headquarters along with the 5 core memories, and this thus causes Riley to start acting differently. Not only is she missing one of her 2 important emotions, joy and sadness, but she's also missing out on her core memories, which define her as a person, which is going to start making her act differently towards her parents and towards, you know, people around her, her friends and whatnot. And it's up to joy and sadness to get the core memories back to headquarters before Riley just turns into one big blah. Blah. Okay, that's basically the plot synopsis behind Inside Out. Now I know that's a lot to take in. Like but I basically established this world of Inside Out without really spoiling anything or getting into any huge details about this movie, and that's what I wanted to do without spoilers, of course. But that's basically the foundation of Inside Out. If I had to throw in any other plot detail, Riley is going through a very difficult period of her life. Yes, she's 11, but her parents and her moved from her home in Minnesota to this very suburban, or very, suburban, wrong word, very city apartment in San Francisco. So she's got to also adjust to that. So this is not happening at the greatest time of her life, to lose these core memories and two of her emotions. Now, Inside Out, guys, as I said, I was looking forward to it so much because I knew that, or I had hopes that this would be the Pixar movie that would get people to stop saying that Pixar died with the release of Up. Okay, or with the release of Toy Story 3, I should say. Because everybody's been saying that the last good movie Pixar made is Up. And while that is absolutely true, the last good movie was Up, which is also one of my favorite Pixar movies. I do not agree with people that have bashed apart Toy Story 3 or Monsters University. I just want to make that clear right now. Toy Story 3 is at times better than Toy Story 2, and Monsters University was a very solid prequel that really brought out the feels in the third act. I just wanted to make that, because it seems like everyone has been saying, oh, we're upon the death of Pixar with the release of those films. Granted, I did not see Cars 2 and I did not see Brave, which are two of the lowest rated and most bashed Pixar films, so I can't bash Pixar for that reason. I also have not seen Cars and A Bug's Life. I have seen every other Pixar film. I grew up with Pixar since I was a young child. I don't think I've given any Pixar film I've seen a lower grade than a 9. That is how good Pixar is. And you know what? That is going to reign true with Inside Out, because Inside Out is one of the best movies I have seen all year so far. It is the best animated film I've seen since Monsters University, and it is probably Pixar's best film since Toy Story 3. I absolutely loved Inside Out. I mean, not only... Alright, I'm just going to get this right off the bat. I said this in my Monsters University review 2 years ago. Yes, it is awesome to go into this movie and just kick back and watch the short film that's played in the beginning, the animated short film, which in this movie we get Lava, great short film. But, and yes, it's awesome to also kick back and just look at all the Pixar references that are presented throughout this movie. The Luxo Ball, the use of John Ratzenberger, every other little Pixar reference to other movies. Yes, you're looking for that as you're watching this movie. It just helps but put a smile on your face as you're watching that. But it's also refreshing to go to a Pixar movie like Inside Out, kick back and see an original story unfold with original characters and an entirely original world. And that is why Inside Out is a gigantic success, in my opinion. This story is... I'm going to get into how much I loved the screenplay for this movie later on, but this is such a very unique and genuine story. I gotta say, I've seen a lot of movies so far this year. I've seen about 20. I think this is actually the 20th movie I've seen this year, in 2015. This is probably the most original film I've seen all year, and it probably is going to be the most original film I've seen all year, with every single little detail that Pixar pays attention to, with the world that they've created. This is something I always praise all the Pixar films. Even the little side characters that they have in this movie, even their designs of the background, locations, or the settings of their movie, they're so meticulous and so articulate to get every single little detail right and just make any single diehard fan like myself just smile at how Pixar is able to still instill wonder and awe among its audience members, just as Inside Out did. Now, let me just get into some of the things that make this movie just so completely smart and original. Yes, we have 5 talking emotions, and I've seen that premise before, okay? There was an episode of The Fairly Odd Parents when I was a kid. Yes, I watched that show as a kid. Do the older episodes suck now? Yes, they do. I refuse to watch any more of it. But there was an episode where Timmy Turner lost his emotions, basically, and had to get them all back. And they had to tell that story within 10 minutes. Pixar has an hour and a half to tell this story and create a whole vast world within the head of an 11-year-old girl, and they absolutely do. Memories inside orbs, when the two characters of Joy and Sadness are trying to get back to headquarters, they have to go through an imagination land. They go through this place called long-term memory where every single little memory is stored. I mean, it's so awesome. There's like a deep, dark pit, an abyss where forgotten memories go that are forgotten, and they eventually vanish and poof away like the dust. I mean, that is just like, it's so amazing to see that they create these fictional ideas of this world as a way to say this is what happens inside a person's head. When we all know it really doesn't, but that's the fun and awe of the movie. Pixar creates these inventive places and they just let us have fun with it. And that's why I enjoyed Inside Out so much. It's these little details and everything that just make me smile so much. I mean, it really did. And that's why Inside Out worked so well for me. It just put more faith in me. It made me say to myself, there are people out there who are creatively trying to express their love of art. And that is what the filmmakers behind Inside Out did. They creatively, made this film a piece of art. And you have to have creation put into art. That's all I have to say. You have to be passionate about it. You have to put creativity in it. And the filmmakers absolutely did that. The story writers, the screenwriters, they absolutely did. Before I go any further, I really briefly want to get into how much I love the voice cast of this movie. Props to whoever did the casting, because the roles are so perfectly cast. Amy Poehler in real life is a very upbeat and happy person. Her voicing joy, incredible decision. Phyllis Smith voicing sadness, perfect. She's definitely the downer of the group, and you've seen that in some of her minor roles. Watch Bad Teacher. She is the downer. She's very quiet and just like, that's sadness. Perfectly cast in this movie. Lewis Black as Anger, perfection. Okay? Just perfect. Perfect, guys. Perfect as Anger. Just perfect. Bill Hader as Fear. Mindy Kaling as Disgust. Excellent casting decision. Such a well-rounded cast. I loved it. I love the voice cast. It was great. Amy Poehler usually annoys me, especially when she's doing dumb things with Tina Fey that are dumb, because they do funny things. But she did not annoy me once in this movie with her voice. Not at all. But apart from the voice cast and the incredibly written story, I have absolutely got to praise the score by Michael Giacchino, the same guy who scored Up, which is one of my favorite Pixar films. I have to praise the animation as always. Yes, this film is gorgeously animated. We all knew it. Okay, who doubted that the animation was going to look terrible and, like a Wallace and Gromit type thing? I don't hate that movie. It's just, Pixar is just the best. But Inside Out is beautifully animated, and the animators absolutely know when to make certain colors very dark and dreary in the very dark moments of the film, the very dreary moments of the film, and they absolutely know what to do in the very upbeat moments of the film to make everything very colorful and cheerful. And that is why I just love Pixar movies. They're just so well done. And Pete Docter, who also directed Up and Monsters, Inc., did an amazing job directing this movie. But by far, the greatest praise I can give to Inside Out is its screenplay. Now, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Toy Story 3 had an amazing script, okay? And it was nominated for Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars. Unless it's a crowded year this year, I want to see Inside Out get a Best Original Screenplay nomination. It's probably going to win Best Animated Feature, and I'm fine with that, okay? I'm very fine with that. But I would love to see it get that nomination for Best Original Screenplay. Not only is the dialogue very witty, and there are so many funny moments in this movie. I kid you not, the humor is not just for the kids. The adults are going to laugh in this movie. And that's one of the best things to take away from Inside Out. You can laugh your butt. There is this recurring gag about this gum thing. That's all I want to say without spoiling it. It's so damn funny. The post-credits are funny. This movie is just funny as a whole. It's one of the funnier Pixar films I've seen in a while, actually. It really, really worked for me. It's very light-hearted, good humor. But the script is also incredibly moving, and like the emotion of sadness, it is highly emotional. I kid you not, this movie brings out the feels. If you are a very light-hearted person, bring a box of tissues, because there are at least 2 scenes where you are going to get watery-eyed. One scene in particular hits you like a heart attack, I kid you not. It is so genuinely real. It has to do with an imaginary friend. That's all I'm going to say. It is beautiful. And it not only is it beautiful in regards to this movie, but it is exactly how things in real life go in relation to old memories. That's all I'm going to say. And that is what is one of the most beautiful things going for Inside Out. Is yes, this movie is inventive and crazy, and it does, you know, it creates this world that obviously isn't true, but so damn fun and entertaining for the sake of the movie. But it also has very real and genuine themes, and it depicts them in a way in which they actually are in real life, if that makes any sense. The way we let go of memories, the way that we need all of our emotions to make us into one person, basically, with multiple personality, with a good personality. I mean, the movie touches upon all of that. It's so heartbreaking in moments. It's moving. It's funny. Go see Inside Out. I am going to give this film... I was going to go all the way. I'm going to go just slightly under. I'm giving Inside Out a solid 9.5 out of 10, or an A. If anyone was wondering why I didn't go higher, there's one moment in the film where I said to myself, they're trying to get back to headquarters. They could have just went this way. Or they could have just done that, but they go the longer way. And there's a few other little nitpicks I had here or there. Little convenience here or there. That's it. Everything else literally worked for this movie, guys. Please go see Inside Out this weekend. 9.5 out of 10, or an A. It is just Pixar at some of its best. And it better, reaffirm that this is the film animation studio that it should be feared by all, because it's the best. It is the best. Will always be the best. And they never lost their mojo to begin with, and I don't think they ever will. I loved Inside Out. Guys, I highly recommend you see. Please see it opening weekend. If you want to take your kids to this or Jurassic World, see this. I want to see this movie make money this weekend. I don't want to see it bomb or anything like that. It better not. And guys, let me know down below what you thought of Inside Out, if you've seen it, and what did you think of Pixar in general in regards to your favorite movie. What is your favorite Pixar movie? Let me know down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.